Okay, I've never done a video on the A-League before, and unfortunately I've got to do it with a VAR failure. The VAR has failed in the A-League Grand Final with consequences because a team won because of the failure. The Melbourne Victory, their player James Donachie, I think that's how you pronounce his name, or Donachie. He's in an offside position when the free kick is taken. He heads the ball back across the area to his teammate Costa Barbarouses, who scrambles in the winner after 9 minutes. Now, the VAR is alerted, the referee and the linesman on the pitch have been alerted. The VAR has picked something up, a possible offside. The ref goes over to the little TV and he loses the feed. So the officials on the pitch have to make a decision without the aid of that video assistant referee that they've been using all season effectively, because it's been working in Australia apparently. Working very, very well. They have a few options, but they decide to give the goal. They can't say, well, you raise your flags, there's no offside there, but you're not 100% certain, but it's a 50-50, we're going to have to give it. We have no reason not to give it, because the evidence that we were meant to see is not there. So the goal is given after 9 minutes, and that's plenty of time for Newcastle to get back in the game, you would think. No. Melbourne hold on for a 1-0 win. And after the game, Greg O'Rourke, the head of the A-League, has to come out and give a statement apologising for the failure. Now, bearing in mind, Australia is 12 hours ahead. It's their middle of the night now, so this happened about 4 or 5 hours ago. Greg O'Rourke, the head of the A-League, has to come out and give a statement apologising for the failure. And he basically stated how well it's worked all year for the A-League, and it's the last game, the biggest game of the A-League season, and it fails. And that's clearly he's embarrassed, and he feels like he's let the fans down, because he's the chairman of the A-League, he's the commissioner, whatever you want to call it, and he's got to give a statement after handing the trophy over, going, "You shouldn't have won that. I've got to give a statement now, apologising for the football." So Newcastle Jets fans are going to be livid. The players are probably really annoyed as well. It's not the officials on the pitch's fault; it's the live feed failed. Now, the worry I have is that only a couple of countries around the world have been trialling a VAR system in various formats. So the FA Cup in England, we're trialling over here for the FA Cup to varying levels of success, because only the Premier League clubs, when they're at home, got the VAR, so it's not even a universal trial. The Bundesliga has been trialling it in Germany, and the A-League has been trialling it in Australia. There could be some other leagues out there, but I'm not aware of them. So if you are aware of any other leagues that are trialling VAR, place them in the comments below. The Premier League clubs have voted against implementing VAR for next season, so they're pushing it back a year for implementation. They're still not 100% sold on the system, and they say it needs improvement. But they're happy with the goal line tech they've got, but they basically said we want VAR to be a bit more fine-tuned before we have it in our games, which is fair enough. A league is allowed to do that. It's not stopping progress, it's saying this needs to be tweaked to make it better. The Bundesliga has so far have not had a controversial incident, I believe, but again, I could be wrong. But this has had an effect in the A-League. Now, the A-League is not the biggest league in the world, and some people are going, why are you covering it? It's because the VAR failed a month before the World Cup. This is the system that's going to be used in the World Cup, is the VAR system that these 3 leagues that I've mentioned have been trialling, and these 3 countries have been trialling, including my own. The issue is that this system is going to be used in the World Cup in a month's time, and there's been a catastrophic failure in a match, and these are all competitive matches now. There's a couple of pre-World Cup friendlies coming up, but these are all basically competitive matches in the World Cup. Let's not deny that. A VAR failure could mean getting knocked out the group stage or losing the final, and that's the issue. And FIFA are still pushing ahead with the fact that there's only German referees going there. I don't think there's any English referees going. I'm not sure about any Australian referees. There's a couple of German referees going, and they're the only referees there that are used to VAR. This is why I'm surprised they didn't trial it in pre-season friendlies and trial it in international friendlies. Therefore, referees at the World Cup would have a bit more understanding of how the VAR works. That's why I'm a bit have issue with it, because a lot of these officials haven't used it before, and I'm not sure how effective it's going to be. There could be a catastrophic failure, and that's the worry I have. Because the system has only been trialled in a few select countries under a few select associations, that's a concern I have, is that not enough players and officials and coaches are used to VAR. And there's going to be a controversy at this World Cup. There will be. There will be. But I'm going to leave that there. Place your thoughts below on VAR. If you watched the A-League final, what's your views on it? If you are an A-League fan, what are your views on it? If you're just a football fan or soccer fan around the world, yes, because I use soccer, because in Australia, if you call it football, it's something else. What what are your views on VAR, and I'll be very interested to see the responses. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Please like, subscribe, place your comments below, and I'll have some more videos for you soon.